Coming to boats and streams, first of all we check the basics. This is the point A and this is the point B. The distance between the 2 points is d. This is the total formula. Distance will be speed into time. Speed is inversely proportional to time. As the distance is constant, if we go in one direction with x speed and we return with the speed y, then the average speed throughout this journey will be 2xy by x plus y. So these are basics for speed and distance quotients. The difference between the speed and distance quotient and the boats is flow of stream is the difference. Boat can go in either directions, either downside or it can go upside, but the current flow is only in one direction. In downstream, boat speed is b and current speed is c. So the total net speed in downstream will be b plus c. In case of upstream, the boat stream is b, whereas current speed is c. So the net speed will be b minus c. So downstream b plus c, upstream b minus c. And these are basic formulas, speed and time. The total time equals to downside time plus upside time. So total time, this is very important formula. Total time will be equals to downstream distance by downstream speed. Downstream speed equals to boat speed plus current speed. This is downstream speed. Whereas upside time equals to upside distance by upside speed. That is b minus c. So this is the only formula where we can relate all the problems, speed, time and distance. All we can relate. This is very important formula. So simply we can conclude that downstream speed is more than upstream speed and upstream time taken will be more than downstream time taken. This is general logic only. In a single statement, the time taken by the upstream is 3 times of the time taken by going downstream. This is 3:1 ratio. Based on this statement, we can derive this conclusion that speed will be 1:3 ratio because speed is inversely proportional to time. So if time taken is 3 times, then the speed will be 1 time. If the time taken is only 1 time, then the speed will be 3 times. So simply this is inverse ratio. If the time is 3:1, then the speed can be 1:3 as the speed is inversely proportional to time. So from this speeds, we can conclude the boat speed and current speed. The boat speed will be downstream speed plus upstream speed divided by 2. Whereas current speed will be the difference of these two speeds, upstream speed and downstream speeds. The difference of these two speeds divided by 2. That will give us speed of current. Ratio method. A question statement is like this. A boat can go 20 km upside and 32 km downside in 3 hours. The same boat can go 40 km upside and 48 km downside in 5.5 hours. So in this type of questions, mainly we have to focus on the unknown quantities. Here, time of individual trips are not known, speed of individual trips are not known. So we have to solve this type of questions by using ratio method. So here we are considering this first equation and multiplying with 2. So this is the resultant equation 40, 64 and 6. So these two quantities are equal and we are subtracting this equation from this equation. So here the difference is 0, difference is 16 and difference is 0.5 hour. So from these two results, distance and time, the speed is obtained. Speed of downstream is 32. So this is downstream speed and this is downstream distance. From these two, the time is calculated. The time of downstream is 1. So 1 hour is the time required going downstream, whereas the total time is 3 hours. For going downstream and upstream, the time was 3 hours. So the time for going down is 1, then the time going to up is 2. So this is the result we have concluded. From this, we can simply calculate the speed of upstream. As we know, time of upstream and distance of upstream. From these two, we can calculate the speed of upstream. So the speed is 10. So downside speed and upside speed both are known, and by using these methods we can calculate the speed of the boat and speed of the current. So in this type of problems we can use this ratio method and solve this type of questions. Mainly we will be given only two statements, statement 1 and statement 2, and equate the relation between the equations and finally obtain either downstream speed or upstream speed, and then calculate the upstream time and downstream times, and based on the speeds, upstream speed and downstream speeds, calculate the speeds of boat and current. So by preparing this kind of table we can easily solve questions with ratio method.